Sweet Michelle Wagers is up next. Well, I feel like I won half the battle. I made it up the stairs without falling down, so that was one of my biggest fears. All right. I'm sure you've all heard the phrase, be kind. You never know what somebody is going through. This was just a phrase to me up until about 3 years ago. I was in Sam's Club one day picking up a few things, and I found myself walking by a potato chip display. Not just any potato chip display, the potato chips. The one that my son always used to ask me to pick up for him whenever he knew I was going to Sam's Club. I very quickly drove my cart over to the most discreet aisle that I could find, and I just broke down and sobbed. Just so happened, my husband, who never calls me, just happened to call me at that moment. And he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well," through all my blubbering, "I'm hiding in an aisle at Sam's Club crying because I'll never be able to buy those potato chips for my son ever again." Just a couple months before that, my son, Keaton, at the age of 18, committed suicide in the U.S. Army. But this talk isn't about that. It's about the fact that during that time of my life, and still, sometimes today, I needed a lot of grace. I was very fragile. We encounter a lot of fragile people every day, and many of these people don't even know that they're fragile. How many people, hold on, scroll up, I got my place. Think of our students that we have in our class. Many of them come from some pretty tough situations, horrible home lives, trauma. They don't even know that they're fragile. They come to school and something triggers them and they have a reaction. Are we going to have the grace to love them through that reaction? Or are we going to discipline them for the reaction? They need grace. Let's just say you casually go up to somebody and you ask them how they're doing. And they begin to tell you all the bad things that are going on in their life. And you're looking for the nearest escape route. How can I get out of this conversation? I really didn't care. I was just being polite. What if you took the time and you made eye contact with them and you really listened to what they had to say? They need grace. What about your coworker? All of a sudden you have this coworker who just isn't acting like themselves. They're irritable, they're negative, and just plain unpleasant to be around. So you steer clear of them. Maybe you even find other coworkers and you sit and talk about them. But what we don't know is maybe their life is falling apart. Maybe coming to work is the hardest thing that they can do. Maybe it's an escape route from what they have to go back home to. They need grace. Then there's the people that have the biggest smiles on their face and they're hiding the most pain. This definitely complicates things. It proves that all of us need grace at times. We all need grace. What is grace? It's pretty simple, really. Grace is to do honor or credit to someone or something by just one's presence. We all have the ability to show grace. Just that simple act of kindness can make somebody's day a little bit better. It might even save their life. I can't help but wonder, what if somebody would have shown my son a little bit of extra grace that day? Would he still be here? Would I still be buying that stupid bag of potato chips every time I went to Sam's Club? I'll never know. But we're getting ready to have new students come into our classroom. We're going to be dealing with their parents. We're going to be working with our coworkers every day. Please find it in your heart to show a little bit of grace. Yes. Oh, thank you.